Hey third graders, Mr. Kearns here. Hope you're all doing well. I hope you can all get on the Nicholas Kearns YouTube channel and watch these videos that go along with our awesome last math unit 7 here, guys. And I also wanted to ask you if you did you get these vocabulary words? These are going to tell you basically, these are all the answer cards for all the fill in the blank answers for the measurement unit. These are all your units of measure, and it's also going to talk about a lot of different shapes because it's also a geometry unit. So we're measuring and talking about area, angles, sides, all those things. There's so much to talk about with geometry. We're just getting started here. We've done a lot with it already this year. And this might actually be review for a lot of you. But it's always fun to talk about shapes. Like the octagon. How many sides? 8 sides. Yep, the back side has your answer, where it tells you, explains what it is. I tried to get you guys to use these flashcards throughout the year. I put them at the stations, hoping you guys would go through them and just try and memorize what they are, because these things will come up in 4th grade and 5th grade. We gotta know what all these words mean. So let's look at lesson 1 here for a minute here, ladies and gentlemen. Use those flashcards as much as you can, guys. You've gotta know those words. Don't forget. All right. So, now you have to use all the words from those cards to try and answer these questions. And it's kind of, for these first ones, asking you to use your common sense to decide what unit you would use to measure the liquid volume. And on the Zoom meeting yesterday, we filled a cup of water and we talked about how the volume is how much space something takes up. So let's just look at let's look at number 4, a wash tub. A wash tub is pretty big, right? So you might need a big unit to measure how much water would be in a tub. So maybe, would you go with a cup to measure a bathtub? That'd be a lot of cups. That would be a lot of work. You'd have to dump out many cups. So you'd want to go with the biggest unit, the gallon here, so that you can work smarter, not harder, and use your measurement skills to figure out how much something holds with the volume here. We also measure weight, which is also called mass. And we also can measure how long something is, and that's what we're used to. We're used to using rulers for measurement. A lot of times we forget that measurement is also for weight and for volume as well. So these first ones are probably pretty easy for you. Let's take a look at another question here on another page. All right. So, ring the better estimate. That must mean circle it. Never heard it say ring like that. That's different. But we have just a little baby bottle there. It looks like something that my little daughter Dream might use there. Is it 2 cups or is it 2 quarts? Geez, if I look back at my vocabulary cards, I would find out that a cup is not very much. It's actually 8 ounces of liquid. It's like a coffee cup. But a quart, there's 4 quarts in a gallon. So a quart is kind of a lot compared to a cup. And this bottle is not very big, so we're gonna try to use our common sense to decide what this is here. Gonna go with cups. I'm thinking that since it's a smaller volume, we should use the smaller unit. This might be a bigger volume here, this fish tank. Probably gonna wanna use the big one on there, the gallons. I don't wanna give you too many answers on these. These ones might be a little easy for you. So just to start out this unit, guys, we're talking about volume. It's gonna get into other measurement later, and also geometry, which is actually my favorite area of math. Talking about area, perimeter, different shapes. But let's take a look at one more here, guys. Use the drawing to represent and solve the problem. I just read the directions just because we always do, guys. Remember that one time we put the directions up there and they said, don't do anything on this. And then everyone did everything on it when all you had to do is read the directions and hand it in. So we actually have to solve this one though. Number 14, Unit 7, Lesson 1. A painter mixed 5 pints of yellow and 3 pints of blue paint to make green paint. How many pints of green paint did he make? I always like to go back and close read. A painter mixed 5 pints of yellow and 3 pints of blue paint to make green paint. So mixed them both together to make green. We learned that in art. And how many pints of green did he make? Well, we're not multiplying the pints. We're just adding them together here. So this is real basic for you guys in 3rd grade. The hard part of this one is to know what a pint is and to be able to close read it. So I know you guys can add 5 plus 3 quickly in your head. Start with the bigger number 5 usually and just count on 3. You might just have that one memorized too. But that's lesson 1 here today, guys. Hope you're having fun with math. Remember, just try to do 1 page a day. Don't stress yourself out with trying to do too much. We want to have a productive struggle in math. We don't want to get mad with math. So keep up the good work, guys. Hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you soon.